Alright, when you arrive to the campsite, you want to make sure that the parking brake is fully engaged before you do anything. So you want to go ahead and push that down to engage the parking brake. Once that is engaged, you'll be able to put the slides out and put the jacks down. When you pull up to the campsite or wherever you're going camping at, just walk around, do a whole 360 of the camper, and make sure before you do this, pull the slides out, that you have enough room without hitting anything and causing damage. With the parking brake fully engaged, you're going to come over here to the door. You're going to want to make sure that your power is turned on. Once your power is turned on, if you have anybody riding in here, just politely ask them to step out, because you want to have this RV as level as possible and you don't want to have people moving around. Once you guys are there, you're just going to hit the auto level and then the jacks will retract. Once that's complete, then you can come inside. While the engine's running, you got these two buttons operate the slides. Just like with the levels, make sure that there's nobody sitting on the couches or laying on the beds when you slide these out. Then you want to come out here where the propane's at. This is going to be your knob to turn the propane on and off. Make sure it's all the way on. When you arrive to your campsite, make sure you turn this off before you leave and travel. Whenever you're going to use the hot water, you want to make sure that you come in here and you turn this switch to on. So when you're at the campsite, you'd normally be plugged into shore power. If for whatever reason you're out dry camping and you need to use a generator, you can push it down to prime, up to start. And the generator's on. Once the generator's on, then the AC will work and all your electrical outlets. When you're done with the generator, you just simply down to turn it off. Anytime you want to use water inside the camper, you want to make sure the water pump is turned on. When the water pump's turned on, then you can go to any outlet or any spigot in the camper and you'll have water. Water heater, you just flip the switch on, give it a couple minutes, and it will heat up the tank, and then you should have hot water at the showers or at the sinks. So this remote right here, this one will operate the fan above the kitchen. And you got this one right here. When you are plugged into shore power, this operates the AC and does the temperature and all their settings for that. If you're out in the back doing the shore power or the poop line, this switch right here isn't a light if you're out there at night for whatever reason. These would be your lights for the living room and the kitchen. And then if you want to see how much water or how full your tanks are, you just simply press the button. You got your fresh water, you got your black, which would be your wastewater, gray for your showers. Those are pretty much the main ones. LPG is your gas. See how much 12-volt battery juice you have. All right, so back here you got the kitchen, the outdoor kitchen. If you do decide to use the grill out here, there's a lock. You have to slide it up. That's to keep this from sliding out and hitting the door when it's closed down. And then you got your hose. This end is simple, slides down, and you plug it right in. It goes to the back of the here. And then the other end right here, you'll end up running it down. And it plugs in right here. Pull this out, slide this back, push it right in. After you do that, you want to make sure that you turn your gas valve on, and then you go over your grill and you'll be good to go. And then make sure you turn all this stuff off when you travel. So in here is a surge protector. It's connected to the shore cable line. We'll just plug that in. This is for a 50 amp service. If wherever you're going is not a 50 amp service, it's a 30 amp service, we do provide an adapter in here, so you just plug it right in, and then that would go into a 30 amp service. But you definitely want to try to get a 50 amp service so you can run both ACs at the same time. And then you also have a hose in here. You'll end up taking the hose, plugging it in at the campsite. Once you have it plugged in at the campsite, you'll want to run it over here and plug it into the city water connection. You just simply pull that out and give that a spin and put it on there. Once you have that on, you can turn it on, and then you'll have water throughout the camper. And then last but not least, everybody's favorite part, you got the old turd hose. You're gonna end up taking that, just simply just like that. And there's another one in here if you need to extend it. Obviously this comes out farther, and if you need them, we do have the steps that you would extend out. And then it also does have the 90 that you can put on here and put in. Also keep in mind, if you're out dry camping and your tanks are full, because you will need to empty them before you bring it back, you can actually go online, and there are a few dump sites around all over the state. Some of them are free and some of them have a small dump fee, but you'll want to make sure that you get this emptied. And the process to do it is, wherever you get, you'll want to put the hose back on it and run it to the sewer cap. This one right here would be for the black wastewater, so you'll go ahead and pull that ball valve out and staying clear, because it'll start draining. So over here on this side, while you got the black tank draining, this is also another valve you're going to want to pull to drain also. So simply just pull this and just let both of these drain until it's all completely empty. Once those are all drained out, or while they're draining, you can simply take your hose that comes off of the city water, plug it into the black tank flush, turn it on, and what this will do is it will clean out the wastewater tanks. Do that for about 2 or 3 minutes, if not maybe a little longer, it won't hurt. And then turn it all off, close these all up. Once those are all closed up, you can go and close all the valves down below. You can go ahead and close this valve, and then you can close the one on the other side. Once those are closed, just give it a minute so you can get all the residue to come out. And then once it's all out, just simply take the hose off, put your cap on, and then this dirty nasty hose shouldn't be too bad because you just cleaned it out with the hose when you flushed it out. It's kind of another reason why I like doing that. But if you don't want to put it inside here, you can simply just take this cap off the bumper and slide it right in there. So at the campsite, this is where your shore power plug would go. This would be for your 50 amp service that you would plug in. And then if they still have cable, these are 2 cable jacks where you can plug cable in and get cable throughout the camper. All right, well, we're all done camping. We're ready to go home. You're gonna want to start the van, come back over here to your slides. Once again, make sure there's nobody sitting on the seats or the table. And then for the jacks, you just hit retract jacks. Once you have all that stuff done, you can go ahead and release the emergency brake. And then you're ready to hit the road.